So these are all the screws and nails that were used when the previous owner built the other bed. So some are good, some are not so good anymore, but we'll recycle as many as we can. Breakfast this morning at the cabin, we're doing a Japanese curry. This is the curry that the Japanese Maritime Defense Force eats on the tsunami ship. So yeah, you can just buy these pre-packaged. All you have to do, heat up the little packet and then pour it over rice. Every ship in the Japanese Maritime Defense Force fleet serves a different kind of curry, and this is the type of curry that they serve on the tsunami ship. Fun fact. We had some good freezing rain last night, but didn't quite put the fire out. So I'll get one going this morning. I got my burnable trash I got to burn up today. I'm taking off tomorrow, so pretty much everything has to get done today and tomorrow morning. These are some fire starters that I made back in high school. Just old candle wax from a candle that I think my mom threw away at the time. I just melted it and put it on a paper towel. Yeah, you can tear these up, get them nice and fluffy, and they'll catch a spark really easy. Get away from the crackle of the fire over there, but yeah, one of the newspapers I brought out this morning was a Cars Produce Fresh advertisement. This is from March 1998. I know that because you could win a 54-inch TV between March 11th and March 31st of 1998 with March Madness. Yeah, that's definitely a 90s TV. There's some 90s phones. Those are pretty cool. And you could also rent VHSs for 99 cents, new releases for $2.49 a day, classic movie rentals 49 cents a day. Looks like they had In and Out, The Peacemaker, and The Full Monty. Those were the big VHSs in March of this year. And then Pretty Alaskan here, they had Arctic Barbies for $9.99 or an Arctic porcelain doll for $24.99. It's probably their best edition yet. Well, let's go burn it. There's this giant cottonwood tree back behind my property, and there's 2 bald eagles sitting up in it right now. I've been seeing one or the other of them most of this trip. You can hear them sometimes, but they're both sitting up there right now. I got the best shot I could with my little dinky zoom-in camera. I also burned up a lot less wood this trip. I think I finally figured out the damper on the wood stove, so I can actually keep the fire burning pretty much all night without having to wake up and put wood in there. And the cabin stays at a much more comfortable temperature too. But all that said, still need to cut up this beetle kill spruce and replenish the wood pile. Now the idea behind doing that is I'm going to use that 1.5-inch spade bit to make the holes, and now I just have to trim these down to about that size, and hopefully it should be a snug fit when everything goes together, but we will see. This is a Beavercraft camp axe. I bought this one with my own money. It's hand forged in Ukraine. And they make all sorts of different carving tools, and Beavercraft seems to be a pretty good company. They did send me small ads about this size free charge. I knew I wasn't going to be able to use that much on this trip, so I purchased this with my own money so I could give them some form of a review. It comes with a really nice snap mask, so you could really protect the edge. It has a strong snap, and it's thick leather, heavy thread stitching. Pretty good. Alright, initial review of the little Beavercraft camp axe. I do like that it's hand forged. The grain orientation of the handle, acceptable. It's about a 45-degree angle. Very nice, and I do like the dark color, the dark contrast. The handle also tapers and gets wider as it goes down, which acts for a very comfortable grip. I think the steel they use is pretty good. I don't know exactly what it is, but this thing sat hanging on my wall in Japan for several months, and hatchets and axes with good steel like Grand Forest Brooks, the edge doesn't usually rust. Whereas cheaper little hatchets and axes, those typically get a little bit of rust in Japan's humid climate. This did not do that. It came out of the box pretty sharp, and it maintained that edge through carving all day, so pretty happy with it, and I'll keep using it around the cabin. Here is the ads that they sent me free of charge. Not so sure if this is important on an ads, but the grain orientation is 90 degrees or perpendicular to the cutting edge. Not ideal in an axe, but I don't think you'll be swinging this thing with as much force. Again, comes with a nice leather sheath, and again, very little to no rusting around the cutting edge, so I think they use pretty good steel. Very comfortable using the hand, and as soon as I come across a project where I can actually use this, I'll give it a more thorough review. But overall, this is the first ads I've ever owned, and I'm pretty happy with just having one. I love the Beavercraft logo too. Let's get back to work. That's the first attempt building with the birch logs. Got to tighten up some of these joints. This one's going to require a wedge and a lot of wood glue to hold it, as well as all of them are a little bit loose. I'll try and make them a little bit tighter as we move forward, but not too bad. Definitely happy with it. Alright, so here is the second one that I just finished. I still have some refinements to make on the tapers where they go into the holes. They're not fitting as nice, I guess, as deep as I would like them to go, but it's getting better. It's constantly taking it apart, chipping some wood away, and then trying to put it back together again, and just doing the best you can. But ultimately, between this and the other, I'm trying to make like a futon couch. So these will be the two end boards, and there will be a full or a queen size futon that will fold in half, and it can act either as a couch or you can pull it out and then lay down on it. So yeah, it's not getting finished this trip, but do a little bit more each trip, bring in more materials each trip, and we'll get it done eventually.